Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who can bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GGB Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have yourself to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth off LDBC. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence up with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, you guys, man. Y'all press one if y'all can hear me, man. If the left one don't get you, the right one will. They say when it rains, it pours. Lord have mercy. And John Combs tonight wrote a letter to the judge, begging the judge, armed submarinian, for mercy. Diddy begged the judge, and I will read his letter before I tell y'all what just happened tonight. You guys smash the like button, share, and subscribe as y'all come on in here. Lord have mercy. It's about to get ugly, bro. I told y'all today was going to be a crazy day. Lord have mercy. So Diddy wrote a letter to Judge Armed Submarinian in his case in the Southern District of New York federal trial, 2 counts, Mann Act, each with a max up to 10 years on each count. John Combs wrote this letter, and I'm going to tell y'all what happened. Absolutely devastating. This is a devastating blow for Diddy, bro. So Diddy wrote the letter, said, "Dear Judge Submarinian," and I will put a copy of this on the screen in a second, you guys. He said, "Dear Judge Submarinian, I hope this letter finds you well and in good health and spirits. Thank you for the opportunity to express my thoughts to you. First and foremost, I want to apologize and say how sincerely sorry I am for all the hurt and the pain that I have caused others by my conduct. I take full responsibility and accountability for my past wrongs. This has been the hardest 2 years of my life, and I have no one to blame for my current reality and situation but myself." You guys let me know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me reading that letter? Y'all gotta let me know in the comment section, man. Press 1 if y'all can hear me reading that letter in the comment section. I want to make sure y'all can hear me reading that letter. Can y'all hear me reading that letter? I just want to make sure y'all can hear me while I'm reading that letter, so we copacetic on this thing, right? Yeah, y'all can hear me reading that letter? Yeah, I appreciate everybody that said they could hear me reading that letter. All right, look, let's get to it, man. So Diddy, boy, this thing is crazy, bro. So Diddy, you guys, he goes on to say, "This has been the hardest." Oh no, he says, "First and foremost, I want to apologize and say how sincerely sorry I am for all the hurt and pain that I have caused others by my conduct. I take full responsibility and accountability for my past wrongs. This has been the hardest 2 years of my life. I've had no one to blame for my current reality and situation but myself. In my life, I have made many mistakes, but I am no longer running from them. I am so sorry for the hurt that I caused, but I understand that the mere words, 'I'm sorry,' will never be good enough as these words alone cannot erase the pain from the past. Over the past 13 months, I have had to look in the mirror like never before. My pain became my teacher. My sadness was my motivator. I have to admit, my downfall was rooted in my selfishness. The scene and images of me assaulting Cassie play over and over in my head daily. I literally lost my mind. I was dead wrong for putting my hands on that woman I loved. I'm sorry for that and always will be. My domestic violence will always be a heavy burden that I will have to carry, forever carry. The remorse and sorrow, the regret, the disappointment, the shame. I honestly feel sorry for something that I couldn't forgive someone else for. If they put their hands on one of my daughters, this is why it's so hard for me to forgive myself. It's like a deep wound that leaves an ugly scar. I want to stop right there. Didn't I tell y'all this same shit and all these niggas got mad at me? Didn't I tell y'all this same stuff and everybody got mad at me for standing on business, telling the truth? If it was your daughter, but like I said, we're going to just leave it at that. Diddy said he couldn't even forgive nobody if they did that to his daughter. Once again, that's somebody's daughter on the right-hand side of your screen. That chef, that's somebody's sister. That's somebody's potential mother. That's somebody's aunt. Could be somebody's wife. See, I'm tell y'all something, man. Let me keep going with his letter. Because, see, nigga get mad at me for saying the same shit that he's saying right now in this letter. But I told you, I'm going to stir fry. And I'm going to cook any nigga come in my area. I'm stir frying you niggas. Because like I said, you have to think, what if it's me? Because karma is a bitch. And it will come and hit you dead on your front door when you don't expect it. You don't have to believe me about Diddy's letter. Y'all know me. I keep receipts. Let's keep going. Diddy says the remorse, the sorrow, the regret, the disappointment, the shame. I honestly feel sorry for something I couldn't forgive someone else for. So when niggas say, hey, man, Ticket, man, why y'all ain't forgive Diddy for that, man? I said, nah, bro. He's forgiven. He just got to do his time. See, God teach us to forgive. That nigga got to do his time. But nigga get mad at me. And Diddy said himself in the letter, if somebody put their hands on my daughter, I couldn't forgive them. But that nigga whooping on other niggas' door and don't know about all these niggas running around here on demon time. Just looking past that. When they themselves, could you forgive a nigga for beating your daughter the way you seen that nigga beating that girl? And it don't matter if Cassie's your daughter, and it don't matter if she a 304 or not. You don't do that shit, man. It's called human effing decency. But let's keep going, because the shit got ugly tonight, y'all. I swear you don't want to miss this video. Let's keep going. So Diddy says, this is why it's so hard for me to forgive myself. It's like a deep wound that leaves an ugly scar. Your Honor, I thought I was providing for Jane concerning her and her child. But after hearing her testimony, I realized that I hurt her. For this, I am deeply sorry. But Diddy's lawyers and his whole team to the trial said she wasn't no victim. She wasn't no victim. That's what they said. Yeah. Now this moment, you know, he hit you with the Holy Ghost. Now all of a sudden you're deeply sorry. Okay, dog. I lost my way. I got lost in my journey, lost in the drugs, in the excess. My downfall was rooted in my selfishness. I have been humbled and broken to my core. Jail is designed to break you mentally, physically, and spiritually. Over the past year, there have been so many times that I wanted to give up. There have been some days I thought I would be better off dead. The old me died in jail, and a new version of me was reborn. Prison will change you or kill you. I chose to live. Every day since my incarceration, as difficult as my circumstances currently are, I have made the best time of my time by reading books, writing, working out, or in therapy, obtaining the tools and knowledge to deal with my past drug abuse and anger issues. I have been putting in the work and working diligently to become the best version of myself to ensure that I never make the same mistakes again. I realize that I am in a situation where no amount of money power, or fame can save me. Only God can save me. My grandmother used to teach me that God makes no mistakes and that everything he does is for your good. I believe that a bad situation can be used for good. Although this situation has been the hardest and darkest time of my life, good things have come out of my incarceration. For starters, I am now sober for the first time in 25 years. I've been trying my best to deal with my drug abuse and anger issues and take accountability as well as positive steps towards healing. One of the most beautiful things I have experienced is being asked by my fellow inmates to teach and mentor them. They want to learn what I did to become a successful businessman. I was inspired by their hunger and desire to learn information in order to not only set goals, but to achieve any goal dream that their heart desires. I started teaching a 6-week program called Free Game, title given by my fellow inmates, which I was able to have approved and sanctioned by the Bureau of Prisons. I don't just teach about my success, I also teach about my mistakes and failures. It has truly been a blessing to do something positive in a negative situation. It has been beautiful to see the newfound hope in my fellow inmates' eyes. The most shocking thing was to see the unity and the peace this class has produced. As you are probably aware, jail and prisons are segregated places. However, in our class, we have black, Spanish, white, and Asian all together in one room, learning and working together. We even have an interpreter for the Spanish speaking inmates. The best miracle that I've seen with the class is all the gangs such as Bloods, Crips, MS-13s, Trinitarios, and the 18th Streets in one room working together. I am also proud to say that since this class started, there have been no fights in our unit. This class has also helped me in my time of need and despair. Being able to do something good for others has also given me much needed hope. God bless me with this opportunity to help others, and I will continue to do so. I ask you for your mercy today, not only for my sake, but for the sake of my children. God bless me with 7 beautiful children, 3 sons and 4 daughters. Their names are Quincy, Justin, Christian, Chance, Jesse, Delia, and the newest addition, a 2-year-old daughter, Love. 4 of my children lost their mother, Kim Porter. She tragically passed away in 2018. I am the only parent. I have failed my children as a father. My father was murdered when I was 3 years old, so I know firsthand what it is not to have a father. More than anything, I just want the opportunity to return home and be the father that they need and deserve. God also blessed me with the greatest mother in the world. My mother sacrificed her life and dreams to provide for me and my younger sister, Keisha. She worked 3 jobs to make sure we had a roof on our heads, clothes on our back, and the best education. My mother's now 84 years old, and she recently had brain surgery. Despite her own health challenges, she attended my trial every day. I have always been her primary caregiver. It breaks my heart that I put myself in this situation, and for the first time, I'm unable to be here for my mother when she needs me the most. As I write you this letter, I am scared to death, scared to spend another second away from my mother and my children. I no longer care about the money or the fame. There's nothing more important to me than my family. I understand that one factor the court has to consider is deterrence. Deterrence for me and others to ensure that no one follows in my footsteps and makes the same mistakes. For over a year, I have been locked in a room with 25 other incarcerated people sharing the same one room. In this room I share, there are no windows, is no natural clean air, there's no sunlight, and we all live in one room. We eat, sleep, and use the toilet, take showers, and prepare meals all in the same room. The conditions that my actions have placed me in are inhumane. I don't tell you this for pity or sympathy. I'm simply sharing my truth and the truth of my fellow incarcerated people. We have no clean drinking water, and we boil water, our drinking water. We all share one washing machine, which is broken. I am surrounded by drugs and live every day with the constant threat of being stabbed or losing my life. Again, I'm not expecting pity or sympathy, but my time in MDC has changed me forever. Prior to being in jail, I took care of and was present for my family being in jail, and because of my conduct, I lost the ability to care for my mother. I lost the ability to effectively raise and support my children. I've missed my 3 daughters' proms and graduations, and I have missing taking one of my daughters to college. I have lost the freedom to teach my 2-year-old how to speak, dance, play, or be there to console her when she falls down or has a nightmare. I started from nothing and worked hard to earn everything I had. Because of my conduct, I've lost all of my businesses. I lost my career. I lost the charter schools that I started and I've destroyed my reputation and stained the reputation of those who work for me. I lost being present with my family. Between all of my losses and lessons, I can state for a fact that I will never be in another criminal courtroom again, and I do not believe any other person would do anything similar from fear or similar punishment. If you give me a chance, I would like the opportunity to share my story with people to prevent at least one person from making the mistakes that I've made. I can't change the past, but I can change the future. I know that God put me here to transform me. Since incarceration, I have gone through a spiritual reset. I'm on a journey that will take time and hard work. I'm proud to say I'm working harder than I ever have before. I'm committed to the journey of remaining a drug-free, nonviolent, peaceful person. I thank God that I'm stronger, wiser, clean, clear, and sober. God makes no mistakes. I realize that this trial has received a tremendous amount of global press, and Your Honor may be inclined to make an example out of me. I would ask Your Honor to make an example of what a person can do if afforded a second chance. If you allow me to go home to my family, I promise I will not let you down and I will make you proud. Today, I humbly ask you for another chance to be a better father, another chance to be a better son, another chance to be a better leader in my community, and another chance to live a better life. I'm writing this not to gain sympathy or pity. This experience is simply the truth of my existence, and it's changed my life forever, and I will never commit a crime again. Thank you for your time and consideration, Sean Combs. Now, to this part. Before I tell y'all what just happened, Diddy's in trouble. This dude's in trouble, bro. I'm going to say this in response to his letter. See, a lot of these Negroes running around here, they don't believe in God. I'm going to say this right now. And if they do believe in God, I don't know what the hell God they believe in, because they don't believe in the same God I believe in, right? But let me say this to everybody that's listening to this video. No man or woman walking this earth is perfect. We've all made mistakes. We've all come short of the glory of God, right? Everybody understands that. Everybody knows that, right? I'm going to tell y'all something. When I was younger and I acted up, right? See, if Diddy would have came out at first and did this, boy, let me tell y'all something. But he didn't. What he did was he came out and he said Cassie was lying and ruining his good name, and everything she put out there was lies. He said all these people were lying. That's what Diddy said. And then when that tape came out, Diddy did a 180 and said, oh, no, I take responsibility for my actions and all these. So he wasn't going to take responsibility until he got caught on tape. That he was going to roll with that and allow Cassie to be persecuted out here and everybody call her a liar and step on her until they seen that video. But let me tell y'all something. When I was younger and I acted up and I'm talking about I did some bad things, right? And I knew I was going to get in trouble with my parents because that's who I had to deal with at that time. When it was time to face my parents, you know what my father told me? He said, son, I know you say you're sorry. And I know that you asked for forgiveness and you asked God for forgiveness. And son, I forgive you. But I'm going to need you to go on outside, walk over there to that tree and pick the switch out that your ass going to get a spanking with, because you still going to get your punishment, right? Oh, yeah, I forgive you. Oh, yeah, I forgive you. But you still going to get your punishment. See what I'm saying? I'm going to tell y'all this now. I'm giving you the real deal. And if my pops listen right now, the nigga he'll tell you himself. See, you still going to get this. You still going to get this punishment. You understand what I'm saying? So when I look at Diddy and he says, hey, man, I ask for forgiveness and all these things, who am I to say, hey, man, you shouldn't forgive Diddy? I'm not better than anyone else. But you still going to get that punishment that the judge going to hand down tomorrow. And that's facts. Oh, and while we're here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the judge, you remember this girl right here on your screen? This girl that's sitting on his lap, right? Diddy was around 30-something years old in this picture. And that girl said that she was underage. You know, remember that girl? Her name is Anna Kane. She's in court against Diddy right now, civil court. Now, for you guys who don't know about her, Anna Kane, she was the ex-wife. She's older now, but she was a minor in this video photo that y'all watching right now, according to her. She's the ex-wife of former NHL player, black player, Evander Kane. And she basically accused Sean Diddy Combs of gang R-wording her, sexual assault in 2003. She said that when, in this photo, she was only 17 years old. And she said that Diddy and other dudes gang R-worded her, along with music executive Harv Pierre and another man who they are yet to identify that was present at that time at Daddy's house recording studio in New York City. Right there, y'all see in the photo, right there behind Diddy. He's in the studio, Daddy's house, right? Now, she says that she was first approached by Harv Pierre, an associate of Diddy, in a lounge in Michigan where he claimed to be best friends with Diddy. And he reportedly called Diddy during their conversation to demonstrate that he was friends with Diddy. He had a relationship with Diddy and convinced her to get on a private jet and go to New York to meet him. Now, she claims upon her arrival at the studio, the men allegedly plied her with drugs and alcohol before taking turns R-wording her. Now, she includes supporting photos with her face blurred out for anonymity at the time so nobody would know who she was, because she had filed this under a Jane Doe. But then when the judge told her she had to reveal her identity and everybody found out who she was, everybody was shocked, like, that's her. Well, excuse me, Combs was 24 years old that time in the studio. She was 17. Now, her attorney stated that Diddy and those guys pushed, right, to unmask her identity as an attempt to intimidate her and deter her from proceeding with her case. Now, in a statement after revealing her name, right, she expressed resolve, saying she is not intimidated and that she's coming to hold those responsible accountable, right? Now, she claimed that they took turns on her, took her to the bathroom, did all kind of salacious things to her, and then kicked her out and put her on a jet and sent her back home. She asked the judge if the judge would politely allow her to present her evidence in court and discovery. Well, guess what, you guys? My bad, it's 2003, so Diddy was 34, my bad. He was 34, my bad. 33, 34, my bad. I said that part wrong. He was, my bad. I want to say this to everybody. She asked the judge if the judge would allow her to present evidence and also reveal who the third person was that allegedly R-worded her when she was a minor. I told y'all today was going to be an eventful day. But the last thing I thought today was that this was going to come up right here on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, the judge has approved her request to start revealing some of her evidence in court. And I'm going to read to you exactly what the judge asked for today. And you might say, what judge? Diddy's other judge, Judge Jessica G.L. Clark, United States District Judge. You see the date. Today. Eventful day today. But let me read this because it's diabolical. Lord, have mercy. And let's get into this. Judge Jessica G.L. Clark, United States District Judge. Order regarding discovery. Defendants Sean Combs and Harv Pierce, who are the defendants, they filed a letter, motion seeking a stay of discovery. They didn't want this discovery to happen of evidence. Pending two appeals presently before Second Circuit. Now the plaintiff, Anna Kane, the woman, opposed that request on September the 4th, 2025. The court held a conference with the parties to discuss Sean Combs and Harv Pierre's request to not allow this to happen. By order dated September the 8th, 2025, the court indicated its belief that limited fact discovery would be appropriate as an approach that adequately balanced the interests of both parties. As a result, the court instructed Anna Kane, the plaintiff, to submit a fact discovery proposal that prioritized, one, the discovery evidence on issues likely to be unavailable or more difficult to obtain after a lengthy delay, and two, discovery related to the alleged third assailant, who they plan on naming. Whoever that third assailant is has to be shitting bricks. Anna Kane, the plaintiff, submitted her proposal on September the 16th, 2025. The proposal seeks full discovery of all relevant materials, including depositions, document discovery, interrogatories, which would include third-party discovery. The defendants opposed the proposal as overboard, right? So Diddy and them said, hey, man, her asking to release all that evidence is overboard. And they maintain their position as a propriety to stay, I should say, and also propose their own limited fact discovery schedule, right? The judge goes on, and the judge says, having carefully considered the parties' position, the court agrees with the defendants that the plaintiff's limited proposal is limited in name only and does not reflect a reasonably tailored approach to discovery at this time. The proposal is therefore rejected, instead with the goal of giving the plaintiff an opportunity to move forward with her case, while also minimizing burden to the parties. The court will permit written discovery evidence only as to the following topics right now, limited to a time frame agreed upon by the parties. Number one, as you see in yellow, identities of executives and employees of Bad Boy Records. Number two, identities of individuals with whom defendant Harv Pierre, traveled to Michigan, if any. Number three, the identities of the plaintiff's colleagues, friends, associates, the minors, her colleagues, friends, associates present at that Detroit lounge as alleged in the complaint. Four, any information regarding the location, the name, or ownership of that Detroit lounge where she said Harv Pierre found her at. Five, Diddy and Harv Pierre and the other defendants' ownership of private jets and use of car services in the Detroit and Teterboro areas, and related logs, receipts, or manifest. And six, any other topics mutually agreed upon by the parties. The aforementioned discovery shall be completed no later than January the 30th, 2026. The parties shall submit a joint status letter to the court by February the 6th, 2026, with any proposed next steps in this action, including whether the parties are amenable to referral for mediation or a settlement conference. The clerk of court is respectfully directed to terminate ECF number 84, dated October the 2nd, 2025, New York, New York. So ordered. Judge Jessica G. Clark, United States District Judge. This is going to be absolutely scary. Who was the third person? And who is she going to name as her witnesses? And who is she going to name as far as the company, the flight logs, and the employees at Bad Boy Records? For this to drop today, this is diabolical. For this to drop tonight, right before, you damn right Kwame Brown is real. You see that girl in his lap? What is she doing with her skirt hiked up like that, sitting on that nigga joint? And you better believe that shit was just signed off by the judge. In fact, Kwame, let me blow this shit up for you, homie. I'm gonna blow it up for you, just so everybody can see. See, people can come on YouTube, say whatever they want to say, but when you come on here with them court filings and that paperwork, nigga, can't nobody get around that paperwork, my nigga. I blow it up so you read it for yourself. The judge just ordered this. Now, as I told y'all, in this case that Diddy had right now, when everybody was saying, man, I thought they said that they had all these people. I'm going to tell y'all something. I think the judge, in trying to be overly fair, I think the judge probably feels like he made a mistake, because I told y'all, Diddy's lawyers did not want this put in the case. Is it too small for you? Let me blow it up a little bit for you. And this is the other case we just talking about, where Diddy's getting sentenced for tomorrow, the criminal case. Let me blow this up for you right there. See that yellow part? That was thrown out by the judge of court. Not because it wasn't true, but because the judge wanted to be fair and not allow things that weren't in, the government didn't directly charge in that case, to be brought on, because they did that to R. Kelly. They showed that corroborating witnesses and people who claimed that it had evidence of allegations against Diddy. And one of those you see right there was minor victim number 2. Now, you can say, hey, man, Ticket, you lying, you capping. It's filed in the case. Look it up there. This is from Diddy's lawyers. They challenged all that. Diddy's lawyers did a damn good job keeping that out of court. All those other victims they had that were supposed to testify, they did a damn good job of keeping them out of court. But what they couldn't do is, in this civil case, where this is a whole different situation, where this can easily turn criminal. And I'm going to tell you why this can turn criminal. Because now that this judge, United States District Judge in New York, have ruled that this woman can turn in this evidence right now that she may have. In the state of New York, ladies and gentlemen, you ain't got to ask me. You can look it up yourself. There is no statute of limitation on R wording of a minor, federal or state. This is a horrific nightmare to happen. I told y'all today was going to be a crazy day. This was a horrific nightmare that the judge just signed off on. And once again, the judge told the girl, and she asked for this right here on your screen, identities of executives and employees of Bad Boy Records, identities of individuals with whom defendant Harv Pierre traveled to Michigan, if any, identities of the plaintiff's colleagues, friends and associates that was present at that Detroit lounge as she alleged in the complaint. Any information regarding the location, name, and ownership of that Detroit lounge. Sean Diddy Combs, ownership of private jets and use of car service in Detroit and Teterboro areas. Related logs, receipts, or manifest, and any other topics mutually agreed upon by the parties. Now, so all these niggas running around here taking up for Diddy, I still ain't heard one nigga answer this question. All I got to ask y'all is one question. That girl said she was a minor the day this picture was taken. And Diddy was 30-something years old. What is a minor sitting on this nigga jank with for? With a skirt on that's hiked up the crack of her you know what? Can't nobody answer that question. Why can't nobody answer that question? What? Why I don't hear nobody answer that question? Why can't nobody answer that question? I'll wait. I'll wait. And this going on in New York too. So you know, a lot of people gonna see this today. Picture that this went today through the system. But ask yourself a question. Even if you think the law is being unfair, ask yourself a question. What is that girl doing sitting on Diddy's lap? She ain't of age. I'm gonna ask everybody in this chat room a question. Man, woman, I'm gonna ask all y'all a question. Do you approve of this picture? Answer it in the comment section. Let me get this out the way. If this was a fan that was taking a picture with a celebrity that was underage, could this fan get in the studio? Without her parents? But everybody got mad at me, turned their back on me for telling the truth. I'm just cut from a different cloth, man. I don't respect that shit. When you that rich and that famous and you got access to all the most beautiful women in the world that's willing to do whatever. There's a lot of women out here willing to do whatever you want to do. And before you say, Ticket Man, I don't know, man, I don't know. Don't y'all forget that video Vixen came out with those allegations against Diddy as well. But see, don't nobody got nothing to say about DJ Vlad over there interviewing that girl, talking all that shit and talking about how these industry niggas was out here doing this shit to these underage girls, she alleged. Don't nobody got nothing to say about it. I want y'all to peep how don't nobody got nothing to say. DJ Vlad don't get no resistance for them interviews. None. as I said before, without that picture on your screen, it may have been very hard to put her in the same place as Sean Diddy Combs. But you know what they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Why is that girl with her jean skirt on, hiked up, her you know what, sitting on this man's junk? Ask yourself that question. You tell any nigga that's taking up for Diddy, I want y'all to ask him that question. I want y'all to ask him one question. And I'm talking to the nigga who be outside the courthouse with the suits on, all that shit. All these people, I want y'all to ask them. If you had a daughter and that was your daughter that wasn't of age, and you walked inside the studio and seen her sitting on a grown man junk like that, nigga, what would you do? Would you be on YouTube screaming free Diddy and sidebar? Now ask yourself that. Nobody can get around this. They cannot get around this. They can't get around it. And the sad part is, they won't even try to argue about it. They'll act like they never saw it. Now, I tell y'all, you tell me why y'all think this dropped today. Read the date. Read the date. And remember what I said. When somebody asks y'all, yo, why these niggas hating on Diddy, man? They trying to hate on the black man, bro. I want you to ask yourself a question. I want you to ask yourself a question. Ask all them niggas that's defending Diddy, do they defend this? You send them this picture. You take a screenshot of this, and you send them niggas this picture. You ask them. And that's where you see where all them people that's standing around you, where they stand at. Now you tell me. You tell me. Go to all these people that's defending Diddy, all on social media, all around, and you show them this picture and you ask them, hey, dog, let me ask you a question, bro. If that was your 17-year-old daughter and you walked in the room and she was sitting on that nigga lap with her skirt like that, what would you do, dog? And Nova J, ain't no allegedly on this one. That's a picture right there, man. That's a real picture. That's a real picture. And you know me, I was never capping. And she had way more pictures than that in that studio. And everybody that's on this channel know I ain't lying. They know I ain't all right. See, you have to be able to stand up against demons, even when it might be your toughest battles. I told y'all, all of this weirdo stuff we seeing going on, lately, for the past few years, y'all seen this stuff. They try to normalize a lot of these things to y'all. Normalize. The one thing about Ticket, I'm going to tell you straight. I'm going to tell you straight. I was never capping. I was never capping. Now, you tell me. Ask all them niggas that's saying that Diddy been doing, they doing them wrong. They railroading them. Ask them niggas. No excuses. No excuses, man. No excuses. And she damn sure got on a jean skirt. Hmm. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They say when it rains, it pours. Now, salute to everybody that's tapped on in. I appreciate y'all. I thank all y'all who support what we got going on, man. And people who only want to seek and understand what the truth is. And listen, again, nobody's perfect, but this shit right here. And to the person who said, what was the age of consent? It wasn't her age. In fact, I'll show you right now. I will show you right now. Let me put it on the screen. I'll put it on the screen for you. Right? Right? Hold on. My bad. I accidentally. Hold on, you guys. I made a mistake. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Right? So, basically, and I'm going to show y'all this right here. Right? I'm going to put this on the screen. My bad, you guys. I want to put this on the screen. Just so I can show everybody. Because I know what people go trying to say. So I need to put this on the screen to let y'all know why. All right? Let me put this on the screen for y'all. Let me put this on the screen for everybody right now. The girl said she was flown in from Detroit to New York. Oh, she said she was flown in from Detroit. My bad, y'all. to New Jersey and then driven to New York, right? Y'all heard what I said, right? So that's what she said. She said that she was driven in. All right. So let me put this on the screen. My bad, you guys. Let me I made a mistake right there. I meant to put this right there. There we go. I think this is better right here. No, why is this shit acting like that? Hold on, y'all. Why is this shit acting like that? Hold on. Oh, okay. That's why. I did it wrong. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me put this out here right. Hold on, you guys. Hold on 1 second. There we go. I think that's right now. Let me see. I think we got it right now, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure. All right, there we go. Right here. All right. Oh, hold on, my bad. There we go, right there. Transporting a person under the age of 18 across state lines by flying with the intent to engage in sexual activity can violate federal law under 18 USC 2423, known as the Transportation of Minors Statute. This law prohibits knowingly transporting an individual under 18 years old in interstate or foreign commerce, including by air, with the intent that they engage in criminal sexual activity defined as any sex act that would be illegal under federal or state law. Traveling across state lines with the intent to engage in illicit sexual conduct with a minor under 18. Key points: federal override. This applies regardless of the age consent in the origin or destination states. So in New York, you guys, in New York, the age of consent is 17. But that's thrown out of the window. Because once you fly a girl from state to state under 18, she's under the minor law. And I just did that just to ether any nigga that says, hey man, the age of consent was 17. You cook, nigga. She said she was flown from Detroit to New Jersey and then driven to New York. Keep playing this game with me. Federal override. This applies regardless of the age of consent and the origin or destination states, which range from 16 to 18 years old. If the person is under 18, the transport itself can trigger federal charges if sexual intent is proven, even if the activity would be legal in the destination state. Here's my point to everybody listening to this video. If this girl come out before January with evidence that proves, like she says she have, that she was transported, and then she gets this this going to the court, that they did this to her, bro, Diddy can be brought up on federal charges in New York. And transporting a minor, there ain't even no questions about that. You done. That's life. That's life. Read the law again. I put it up there just because I know niggas gonna come in here capping. No, read the second paragraph. No consent defense. The minor's consent does not matter. The law protects against exploitation. Read the third one. Convictions carry a mandatory minimum of 10 years in prison up to life, fines, and a lifetime sex offender registration. If she's under 14, the forced coercion is involved. Sentences are even harsher, 15 to 30-year minimum. This falls under the broader Mann Act framework, originally aimed at prostitution, but expanded to cover minors and sexual exploitation. Evidence like travel records, communication, and hotel bookings can support prosecution. What are they asking her for right here? The judge just asked her for today? You read it. Now that Diddy's a convicted felon, anything else he get hit with like this, nigga, is life. Y'all see it. Now, I think they all know more charges are coming against Diddy. And I'm going to tell y'all something. If Diddy walks free tomorrow, you will never, in my opinion, see him again. He is going to dip. Now, y'all go ask all them Diddy gawkers to explain that picture right there. Diddy, he can't deny she wasn't in the studio because she was. And guess what? She can easily prove she's not from New York. So if she can prove she's not from New York, she was 17 at the time of the photos, and she was in the studio sitting in this nigga lap, ask yourself a question. You then have to ask yourself, how in the blue hell did she get from Detroit to New York? And to the person who said I'm saying he walks, I didn't say he walks, you damn fool. Don't put words in my mouth, jackass. I'm gonna block your ass. Don't you ever come in here putting words in my mouth. I said if he were to walk tomorrow, you would never see him again, in my opinion. Asshole light. I didn't say he was gonna walk, you big dummy. Some of y'all don't have brains. Now, once again, the questions that I have to Big Shirts, to Bookman, Big Nose, and to the other capping ass, now I can't remember his name, and to the bald eagle chick that's on here capping for Diddy. What's y'all excuse for this picture right here? We waiting on it. We waiting. What's y'all excuse for this picture? How did she get from Detroit to New York in Diddy's lap at 17 years old, allegedly? Answer that question. Like, share, subscribe. Good work. Hey, I really appreciate you guys for supporting the channel, supporting the network. Like, share, and subscribe. Once again, there are links. Get the free membership on our website. That way you guys won't miss any of our news update stories or videos. They're all on the website, ticketvmedia.com. You go over there. You can go right to the members part and become a free member. That way you guys will get all the updates. Also, straight drop weight loss formula. Make sure y'all go tap in and copy some of that, as well as subscribing to our podcast show. Link will be pinned at the top of the chat down there below. And also, we just appreciate all y'all who support the channel. Cash App, PayPal.